Well, hello, it's James McNamara here. Today I want to talk to you just briefly about using public speaking for business growth. It's part of the leadership training that I provide. I think it's important not only for managers but also for business owners to be able to stand and deliver a public presentation in front of certain key audiences. I'm not talking about turning yourself into a career public speaker. But there are certain times where speaking in front of an audience is an absolutely superb way to get your message across, and often quite needed. So for example, with a manager, there are times where they may need to speak to other sections of the organisation in order to get a message through on behalf of their department. An example for a business owner from a business growth perspective is the opportunity to talk to an audience of prospective customers. So things like networking events, Chamber of Commerce and other special interest groups. You can often find gatherings of people that have a concentration of your target audience there. Not everyone in the audience will be within your target market, but it's a very leveraged approach to marketing and promotion if you're speaking to a group and you've got a percentage of that audience who are a target for your product or service. You can really get a powerful message through quite quickly and generate leads and ultimately sales from that. So I'm going to put myself in the top right hand corner and take you through a few hints and tips relating to public speaking for business growth as part of my leadership training suite. So there I am up in the top. Hello again. So really there's four things that I'm going to talk with you about in this short video. Firstly is confidence. Second is out-positioning your competition. Third is followers, fans and advocates. And the fourth one is money making. Let's dive in. So with confidence, is it the chicken or the egg? Do you need to be supremely confident before you go and present, or does the very art of presenting build your confidence? Well, it's a little bit of both. I don't think you really want to jump into the deep end straight away if you haven't done it before, and certainly if you haven't prepared and practiced a good presentation or a talk. So a couple of points there. Prepare your talk first, and I go through how to do this in a really smooth yet dynamic way in my courses that are coming up, and also to prepare your mind, and that comes through being able to practice the talk that's in front of you, but also all of the mental preparation, self-talk, affirmations and those sorts of things that can help you remain steady on your feet when you're in front of the audience. The second part of building your confidence is the real-world experience. So practice and preparation, and so physically practicing the talk, mentally preparing, all of those things can take you so far. But they can't do the same thing as the actual real-world experience. Standing up in front of the audience with your knees knocking together a little bit and getting on with the job and delivering a presentation. So I say we've got to get ourselves to the point where we're ready to have a go. That's preparation. Then we have to have a go. And that's about getting ourselves booked to get in front of an audience and doing the same talk 5 times over. So 5 different audiences or 5 different speaking opportunities and do that same talk. That's why it's important to craft and prepare that talk beforehand, because it's going to become your signature talk. But do it 5 times over without really even looking back. That's about getting that experience under your belt. And then from there you can continue to refine and perfect. And what you'll see in that, by the end of that first 5 times you do it, you'll see, hey, this isn't that bad after all. But what you've got to do is make sure you get all 5 done. Don't just do the first one, and if it was a bit shaky, not go back for the second time. And what you'll find is that people in your audience will think that you did a lot better job than you think you did, because we typically are our own worst critics. So get through those first 5 presentations, and what you'll find, you'll get leads and customers during those first 5 anyway. I've taught people to do public presentations in front of groups all over the world, and typically the students are surprised that they're picking up leads, inquiries and sales, sometimes after their very first talk, but certainly by the end of their first 5. So let's think about out-positioning your competition. Well, the very first thing is you're the one standing up. So once you've done the the preparation, you've done those first 5 practice talks to live audiences, you really will have gone so far ahead in your public speaking ability. So from then on, as you're presenting in front of audiences, you really will stand out by standing up. You'll be able to demonstrate your knowledge and experience through your presentation, because you'll be able to relay stories, and particularly success stories of customers and people that you've helped out through your various products and services. You'll be able to relate to the problems of your target audience, because your talk will all be about how you've been able to solve those problems, what the target audience needs to do in order to avoid problem X. Those types of things are really showcasing you as an expert in your field. And of course, you're building credibility via your stories. People will be sitting in the audience and thinking, this person sounds all right, but are they really any good? So what a talk does, a presentation gives you the ability to showcase testimonials, and also to be able to bring a point of information to life via a story of how you've actually done it with someone. And that's not about just bragging. You can deliver a success story in a way that's educational to help an audience member relate and understand what you're talking about. It's not meant to be a brag fest from the front of the room, so don't think that at all. All of this helps to position you literally head and shoulders above your competition, who are not out there doing the same thing as you do. Fans, followers and advocates. Well, when you do a good job, and you will do a good job, you don't have to be Tony Robbins to do a good job at public speaking. You just need to be passionate about the value you offer, the problems you solve, the opportunities that you help people take advantage of, and be able to prepare and craft a compelling and interesting presentation along those lines. And what you'll find is the people in the audience who are within your target audience will be drawn closer to you. So people may want you to help them solve their problems. People will have referrals for you. And it's a great way to add interested and semi-qualified people to your list. You can generate a list from a public presentation, and you can build your list quite effectively, even if you're speaking to relatively small groups. Money making. Well, as I've just said, leads, referrals, more speaking opportunities. Leads to more leads, more referrals, and more speaking opportunities. If you do it right, you'll be able to be booked from one talk to the next, because someone in the audience, it happens so often, someone in the audience who really relates to your talk, likes you, your style and your content. They may be an organizer of another event, or a committee member, or an influencer, and know that there are people who are looking for another speaker to fill a spot, and they can recommend you and put your name forward. They've had first-hand experience with you, speak well of you to the ultimate organising committee, and you can just get booked from spot to spot to spot to spot as you go through. And of course, the content of your talk, the very fact that you can be there with various photo opportunities and the feedback and testimonials that you get, all of those things are terrific fodder for your online content marketing. So if you're into that and you know how much of a struggle it is to come up with regular content, you can leverage off the talk that you do in all sorts of ways to be able to make it fairly easy to continually produce content to help you market. So look, there's a special workshop coming up. The details will be on this same page. How to develop and deliver a powerful 30-minute presentation. Very specific talk. So this is not a generalist public speaking presentation, right? It's not something like a Toastmasters or what have you. I've learnt everything that I've learnt from experience in the field. And I've had some tremendous feedback in terms of the quality of presentations that I give. And I don't say that to brag, just that, hey, you can start having never done this before, and with persistence and practice and passion, you can get yourself to a position where you're delivering presentations that people absolutely adore. So you'll walk away from this workshop, it's a one-day workshop, you'll walk away with your talk developed, and all you'll have to do next after that is to practice the talk and get ready to get out there. But the biggest hurdle will be overcome, and there's lots of other hints and tips coming. How to build a list at your talk, what's the important things to put in a promotion if you want to get booked as a speaker. So all of those networking events and different things you see around where they have speakers from time to time, you think, how do they get up there? Well, I'd like to get up there. Well, here's how I'm going to show you how to get booked in terms of doing that. But most importantly, we're going to show you how to start powerfully and finish off successfully so that you command the audience's attention, you deliver a very compelling talk, and at the end of that you finish off well by generating the leads and referrals that you need to keep growing your business. Delivering public presentations, even to small audiences, can be a powerful lead generator for your business, and I'd like to invite you to come along and learn all about how to do it at my special one-day workshop. Okay, bye for now.